Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over an updated free hit draft for Game Week 22. So if you're excited for the video, as always, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment. Are you using your free hit chip this week? Are you wild carding? Are you taking any hits? Let me know. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. With all of that out of the way though, let's get into the video, and I really hope that you enjoy. So, starting things off, this is my new updated free hit draft for Game Week 22. Now, of course, yesterday we did an updated wildcard draft for Game Week 22, but it's a little bit more difficult to do wildcard drafts because not only do you have to think about your team for Game Week 22, you also have to think about all the upcoming game weeks as well and how to bring Salah back into your team and all that. But with a free hit, you don't have to think about any of that. You can just bring in a bunch of double game week players, all the players that have really good single fixture this week, and then you can just watch the points build up on your Game Week 22 score. So there obviously has been quite a few things that have happened since the last free hit draft, which is why I'm making an updated one. The likes of Son being injured, COVID outbreaks and stuff like that. So this is my new draft. We only have one playing keeper in goal because, as you can see, I have absolutely no money in the bank right now. So if there is a way that you can get extra funds into the team to bring in the likes of Backman or someone who obviously has two really nice fixtures, being Watford's keeper, and then of course that would be the better option. But then again, is Foster going to be back? You don't really know. So yeah, there's a little bit of a cloud of uncertainty around the Watford goalkeeper right now, but we're going with De Gea anyway. De Gea is arguably one of the better keeper options this game week. With how sloppy United have been at the back, it allows for quite a few save points from De Gea, but also allows for quite a few chances being created against him, which could of course mean conceding goals and stuff. But Villa and Brentford, you know, they're not the easiest fixtures, 2 away fixtures this week, but there's not really any other keepers that I'd really 100% want to get behind. Like, I could bring in Lloris, but I already have 3 Spurs players in here. You could bring in Kepa, who of course will be playing because Mendy is off to the African Cup of Nations, but then again they've got City and then Brighton, so not really the best fixtures there. You could bring in Schmeichel, but with all the doubts around whether Leicester are even going to play 2 games in this double game week, there's just a lot of uncertainty around other keepers. So I've gone with De Gea, and he's proven himself time and time again that he can do some world-class saves to get you those extra points. So yeah, we've gone with De Gea in goal. This is a 3-4-3 formation as well, by the way. Just wanted to make that clear, because at the back we have Alonso, Lowton, Trent, Veltman and Reguilon. So Lowton and Veltman are just in there for being enablers. You know, they both have double game weeks, but they're not really the players that you'd rather be playing. You're more likely wanted to play Alonso, Trent and Reguilon. Now of course Trent is flagged. He does have COVID right now, but he should be back. He's going to miss the Arsenal game in the Cup, the first leg of it, but he should be back for Brentford at home in Game Week 22. So fingers crossed that that's okay. Of course, if he's not back, then you can update your free hit or wildcard or whatever if you are on one of those. If you're not using a free hit or a wildcard, obviously don't use any transfers yet. I feel like you can't say that enough, especially with the times that we're in right now, with the likes of COVID postponements and stuff. But yeah, keep all your transfers safe if you're not using any chips this week. But yeah, I've gone with Trent. I mean, he should just get a nice little return at home to Brentford, fingers crossed. So yeah, he's in the team. You'd be playing Alonso, Trent and Reguilon this week at the back. Reguilon has some okay fixtures. I mean, Arsenal and then Leicester. Arsenal getting dominated by Nottingham Forest, which was obviously very great to see at the weekend. And then Leicester away. Again, will Leicester even play twice this double game week? Honestly don't know. They've had to cancel their game against Everton in Game Week 21 because they just could not field enough players. I think you have to have 14 senior players or something like that, and Leicester only have 8 with 2 goalkeepers as well at the time I'm recording this video. So of course we'll have to wait for press conferences and stuff and see what happens. But yeah, it's still kind of like a lot of uncertainty around the Leicester games. And of course there are 2 Leicester players in this draft right now in the likes of Maddison and Lookman. For the midfield, you'd probably be playing Maddison, Jota, Lookman and Lucas Moura, just because Maddison and Lookman have doubles. You know, they're both going to be playing. I think Daka is back now or something like that. I think one of the strikers is back, which is obviously really good news for Leicester fans and just the Leicester team, for just because they finally got a striker back, because obviously Vardy's out and Iheanacho is off to AFCON. So yeah, the fact that Daka is back is obviously very nice. But yeah, Maddison and Lookman should still play like pretty much both games because they just don't have any other options. And then they'll obviously play Tielemans a little bit behind them most likely, or maybe a bit further up. It honestly just depends who they have. But yeah, I think Maddison and Lookman are decent little options. Of course, you could do something a little bit more different here. You've obviously got no money in the bank, but you could bring in the likes of Mount for Maddison. You know, let's just say the Leicester games do get called off, or you just don't really fancy Leicester players. You could bring in Mount there for Maddison, who obviously has City and Brighton this week and should hopefully play both games. And then Lookman, you can take him out for the likes of someone like, I don't know, Brownhill maybe, as an enabler. You know, he does have a double game week. He gives you 0.9 mil in the bank, which would allow you to bring in another keeper. So you could do that, and then play Mount, Jota, Bowen, and Lucas Moura in midfield, because Bowen's at home to Leeds, of course, did score against them in the FA Cup. Antonio got the assist, which was really nice too. And then, of course, Lucas Moura should be in every free hit draft now, just simply because Son is out. You know, I just can't see anyone else playing in that position there. I just think that Lucas Moura will hopefully play in that position until the end of January, or till whenever Son is back. So that's one option you could do, you know, if you did want to get rid of the Leicester boys. But I just think that Maddison and Lookman are two decent little options, to be fair. But again, it's your free hit draft. This is just a little template that you could follow. But yeah, you could either do that. So you could do Maddison, Jota, Lookman, Bowen, and Lucas Moura, or you could go with Mount, Jota, Brownhill, Bowen, and Lucas Moura. And again, you can only play 4 of these as well, and they're all decent options. Like, you might want to go Maddison, Jota, Bowen, Moura as well. Like, Bowen, I mean, he's in the form of his life. He's at home to Leeds. Could he outscore Lookman in a double game week? You know, probably he could. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of money in the midfield that you can play around with now because the likes of Son's out. You could also, if you really wanted to, bring in like Bruno. I mean, you'd have to take like some hits elsewhere. You probably wouldn't be able to have Ronaldo and Kane in your team if you wanted to bring in Bruno. But again, because the like building these free hit teams honestly just showcases how bad of a double game week it is. Like, no teams really have a great double up. Of course, when double game weeks are announced and stuff, you just want to jump on all the players because, you know, having double game week players is really fun. It's exciting. You know, it's a chance to shoot up the table. But at the same time, there's a lot of FOMO as well. Like, if you got that fear of missing out, you know, if you don't have a lot of double game week players, how bad is your rank going to drop? You know, you don't know. But then things could happen as well, like it did with Everton. They, of course, were supposed to have a double this week, but then their game against Leicester got postponed. So, yeah, players could have a double, and you could use your free hit to bring in loads of double game weeks, and then obviously a couple of those games could be postponed, and then you lose your free hit because you've not really used it in the best possible way. So I'm not using my free hit this week. I've decided not to. I know I'm saying that in the middle of a free hit draft, but again, everybody's team is different. You might have no other choice. I would use a free hit this week if you've still got 2. You know, if you still got 2, I would be much more inclined to use a free hit this week. If you only have 1, that's where it becomes a little bit more of a doubt. Like, I already used my free hit during the week where Liverpool game got postponed, and I was quite happy I did, because I think I added up all my points, and in that week I think I got like, I think without a free hit I think I would have got like 20, and then with the free hit I think I got like 50, 60, something like that. So I don't regret that at all, because, you know, it has definitely helped me out a lot. But yeah, I just don't think this is the week you use a free hit. If you can, you know, get, I think 4 or 5 double game week players is enough this week. With how bad the fixtures are, it's not like there's loads of teams that have got like incredible fixtures. You know, we're gonna have a big blank in game week 30. There could be a bunch more double game weeks coming up in the horizon where you would have wished you'd still had your free hit. You know, wild cards will be played over the next few weeks as well, I think, with all the double game weeks coming up. Mine might also be played. You know, I don't know. It depends on the fixtures and stuff, but yeah, I just think for now, free hit is, again, if your team needs it, 100% go for it. But I think if you can only take like 1 hit and you can bring in like 4 or 5 double game week players in your team, I think that's generally enough. You know, a lot of people will be bringing in Ronaldo this week and captaining him. Same with Kane. You know, if that happens, you don't have Ronaldo, okay, that can hurt. But, you know, if he blanks, then you know, you're sitting pretty. But yeah, up front we have Ronaldo, Kane, and King. I already spoken about King in yesterday's video, why I would go over him over Dennis. You know, Dennis minutes are a little bit more managed right now. João Pedro came on after 45. He was injured. He picked up a knock, apparently. Again, there's still all that uncertainty about how he feels because of the AFCON and everything like that. And King is on penalties as well. Yeah, King has not exactly been returning at all. His XG is decent, but yeah, he's got, what, 1 assist in the last but like I mean, it's quite a few game weeks there to be fair, which isn't great. But of course, Watford have a lot more games in hand as well. So it's just nice to have a Watford player anyway. I know this is a free hit, but you know, if you weren't on your free hit, I think bringing a Watford player is still a good little option, because I think they missed like 3 game weeks in a row or something. But yeah, and then Kane and Ronaldo. Again, they're both in this draft. Both could be captained this week. But yeah, I mean, with free hits, it is a tricky one. But yeah, I would probably play Alonso, Trent, Reguilon, and then probably Maddison, Jota, and then either Lookman or Bowen, and then Mora, and then Ronaldo, Kane, King up front, and then De Gea in goal. But again, you could change that around. You could bring Mount in instead of Maddison. Bringing Brownhill allows you to bring in Backman as well in goal, or just another keeper if you really wanted to. But with a free hit, you shouldn't really be struggling for players. Like, you should have a bench of players that will play. Because, you know, if anything does happen, you already have all the players ready. You know, you should be able to deal with any kind of situation on a free hit. But yeah, that is my updated free hit team for game week 22. Hopefully won't have to make another one, but no, I won't be making another one this week. If there are a bunch more changes and stuff, you know, injuries, whatever, COVID, it is what it is. But tomorrow my team selection should be out. Thursday we should be doing my final thoughts, and then I think Friday is the deadline. So yeah, honestly, it's been weird. I've not actually checked my team for the last like 4 or 5 days like, at all, really. I've not really been thinking about what I'm going to do and stuff. I've kind of already come up with my plan, but I'll go over that in the team selection video tomorrow. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment. Again, are you free hitting, wildcarding? Let me know. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. It's everything from me, though. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.